Come on, let's go hear Dan sing. Dan, we're coming to hear your song. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers dying. Where you go, I must abide. And there we are, Jamie. Let me remove that. Hey, folks, happy St. Patty's Day. Lester and Jamie here, and we are blessed to have you joining us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Yeah, this is about as much green as I could find in my closet.
I'm sad because look, it's all.
This is my
It
old
used to say Cog Squad.
This is my Cog Hill shirt. And this is, I don't think the Irish really care if we're not like leprechaun green.
I cared.
I'm greenish. I am just greenish. And
it ain't easy being green, Lester.
It ain't easy being green. I'll tell you what is green. That's that darn snake inside our house, and we don't know where it's at. So what we've done, we leave our door open, and we've taken our AC and turned it down as cold as we can get it. The AC goes down to about 63 degrees. It's as cold as our house will get with the door opened. It would get cooler if we close the door, but that defeats the entire purpose. We leave the door open so the snake will say, it's too cold, and I'm going back out in the sun. And it has been in the 70s around here during the day. So I'm hoping that snake will at some point realize that going in that house was not the best of ideas. It may have seemed fun, but it's just too darn cold in there. In the meantime, we refuse to sleep here. We have been working by day, tiptoeing around the house, watching our every step. And then by night we load up.
Tiptoeing isn't actually an understatement. I play the floor is lava. I like go from place to place to place.
And not touching the floor.
Can I make a confession that's probably a little TMI for everyone? I didn't even pee in the house today. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to sit down on the toilet because what if? What if they're like up under the ring? Or like what if it was gonna like jump up and get me?
So where did you pee?
I'm just going to go with not in the house.
Did you at least wipe with a handy wipe or a wet wipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't use dry toilet paper around here. We use wet wipes. Is that too much information too? We like wet wipes. We discovered wet. Why are we talking about wet wipes?
I don't know what made you go down this path.
Well, because I don't picture you taking the wet wipes with you to go wherever you went to pee at. And now I watch my step everywhere I go to pee, which is just wonderful, Jamie.
Whatever, Mr. Pee off the porch at every place.
It's a man thing, and no one's going to get it. No one here is going to get it except for any men that may be following along. But what I will say is, just to finish up the whole wet wipe thing, we learned about wet wipes during the great toilet paper debacle of 2020 when we could not find toilet paper, but what Jamie found a ton of was wet wipes.
Well, hold on. That's because
I don't mean like Lysol wipes. We're not using Lysol. They're actually made for hygienic purposes.
I have used baby wipes since Xander was born for like everything in life, like clean the car while you're driving, take off your makeup at night, sanitary things, wiping off the counters, whatever. I am a firm believer in the wet wipe.
Everyone's running around crazy because they could not find toilet paper. We're like, we have tons of wet wipes, and these work even better than toilet paper. But hey, to each his own.
Just don't flush them. You can't flush them.
Oh, no, actually, no. Some of those that you brought over here said they're.
It doesn't matter what they said. You never flush them.
Well,
wait, do you flush them?
Okay, well, hold on. So when you say them, you're talking about plural. It only takes one because they're heavy-duty wet wipes. You do know that. Toilet paper in little sheets, they call them, take multiple. You need a lot of sheets. But a wet wipe, you only need one. Why are you making that face? What's wrong with you? If you've never used a wet wipe, you don't know what you're missing out on. It's a very pleasant experience, and it will leave you 10 times, at least it feels 10 times.
You
You
can't
know,
flush even the flushable ones.
they say flushable.
They lie.
We've never had an issue. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I don't think people want to jump onto a live and see what Lester and Jamie are up to just to find out that we don't use toilet paper. We use wet wipes.
We do use toilet paper. We have toilet paper. We are not without. Anyway, now that we've shared that secret
I'm done.
with the world.
I'm done. That's
okay.
I've
We can
revealed
move
one
on.
thing. No, I revealed one thing. I'm done. People do know too much about us. You know that, right? They know too much about us. It's our own fault because we just can't shut up. We can't stop talking. We say too much.
I made a reel yesterday that my deodorant smells different on me now, and I don't know if they changed the chemicals in the deodorant or if it's my body changing, but like
aren't you?
I've been using the same one for like 10 years, not the exact same stick, but the exact same brand for 10 years. And a lady goes, "Is that the one you rub between your thighs too?" And I was like, yeah, they know me. They know way too much about me.
I actually I like it. I like the fact that people know a lot about us. We've tried to be pretty transparent with all the ongoings of the sanctuary and the properties. We've tried to be very transparent with almost everything in life. We sometimes have probably told too much, but at the same time, I think it reveals that we are a trusting community where we love each other, because you don't tell complete strangers, y'all, some things that we've revealed back and forth to you all. And in all honesty, many of you, I see names here of people who email me and we communicate on a regular basis, and we all know a lot about each other, y'all. So I have no regrets as far as any of that kind of stuff goes. I don't. I did not want to need to know that you peed outside today, though, because now my question goes to, how do you feel like you're safe for peeing outside in the grass where there's...
I can give it the old 1-2, look over and go fast enough. There's no like under place.
No, but we have right now, we're being attacked from above. We're being attacked from above from some kind of flying. There's a flying worm. Listen, I don't want to start off on a negative thing, but once again, it's becoming more and more obvious that we live on a haunted piece of property. And if anything can go weird and wrong, it's going to. And we're just this fools who are going to sit here and just walk around oblivious to what's going on around us. But now we've been invaded by flying worms. There's some kind of an inchworm they're flying towards us. They're not just flying around us. They're flying towards us and landing on us. And they're all
worm magnets.
They're all over the place. And I don't know what it is. Inchworms are so sweet. Are those inchworms?
Listen, I don't know what they are, but all worms, all things like that, little caterpillar things will eat things that grow. That is a fact. So I'm sorry for the worm lovers. I don't love worms.
I never knew I was scared of worms until I found one on my neck. And then I realized that I'm terrified of worms. Worms, I always thought were kind of cute as they're doing their thing across, wherever you find worms. But this morning I found 2 on my hat. And once I got those removed and I got back to making my video, then I looked up and there's one crawling across my neck. And so at that point, you don't know where those worms are at. You don't know what they're in your ears,
they move the same stupid way that snakes move. And I just can't. There's already a snake in the house. There's flying worms. There's ants that are literally burrowing miles below us and destroying all the things right here. And I've met my quota with things, with random rare things.
And we've been told to get some gasoline and just burn them out, guys. And I told Jimmy, what if I put the gasoline and light it and all of a sudden, boom, and the entire ground caves in underneath us? And so you're gonna be seeing me down in there with all them ants, like, help!
I told them I would throw them a pole, like I would get
no.
out the
You said
pole.
no. What your exact words were? That'd make great video. That was her exact words. That would make great video of seeing me sucked into a giant ant hole. They'd probably end up using me as along with their food to ferment.
All I can picture is
I would be fermenting in there, all gooed up.
So many ants carrying Lester and you on your back going, help!
Yeah, because down below are the bigger ants. All we see are the little small ones, but down below are the really big ones who can't get out. And all they do is carry the food back and forth to the queen.
You know
and that
that
they're gonna
song
serve me up nice.
that somebody was like, if I died dumb doing something stupid,
Yeah,
make a video,
if I die young doing something stupid,
make a video
make
and YouTube
the
it.
world and YouTube it. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
the song.
So that's all I thought about in that moment. I was like, that would actually make a great video. If it created a sinkhole like that, like that would be wild. But you would video it because I know you would never put the camera down. You're the only man I know that would wrestle an ostrich and lose your pants and video it. So if you can make it through that, you can make it through ants.
I was actually just trying to make sure that I let the world know how I died, so there would be no no one would have
questions?
to questions like what happened to Lester. You would see it firsthand. What happened to Lester?
And how is this any different?
Well, I mean, heck, we'll do it if I have to do it. But oh, you can open the doors and set off a couple of bug bombs, and it might send the snake out, and it might. But
The thing is,
I think that just getting the house nice and cool.
somebody said that they'll hibernate and not move if their bodies are
No, they don't tell me that. We've been running the air on full blast the entire day. Okay, well that ain't gonna work then.
Yeah.
They just go into hibernation mode and not crawl out. Lord, all I know is here's another idea. Here's another idea. This is what happened one time naturally. So you guys may not know this about me, but there was a time in my teaching career when I actually did have a snake, a small snake, and I've talked about it before. And that snake happened to go missing, not from my classroom. That's a different story. From my vehicle. As I brought the snake home, he somehow found his way out of the paper bag. He pushed right through the paper bag and he went missing. We couldn't find him. So I left my truck doors opened. And in about a week, my sister Kim called because she had all of her nativity scenes set up down by her house.
It's making me
And my
itch.
snake had made his way all the way down to her nativity scene where she had a lamp. And that lamp was warmer than the temperature outside. So that snake crawled up into her nativity scene and was staying nice and warm. She found him and called me. I come and got him. So in saying so, maybe we could keep the house cold, but put us a heat lamp somewhere. And he might go to the heat lamp. We have to think smarter than the snake.
You're gonna start to think like a snake channel.
Think like a snake. If this could work, then we may be able to capture all kinds of reptiles that way.
Listen, the fact that you had a snake and are terrified of them makes no sense to me.
No, I did it for cool points. I did not do it because I liked them. I did it because I wanted to be cool with my students.
I'm itching and like my skin is crawling thinking about it. And if I would have met you when you had a snake, this would not be a thing. I'm sorry, that's a deal breaker for me.
Well, I'm not saying I enjoyed the snake, and the days that I had to bring him home over the long holidays was always terrifying of what if he got out in the house. Well, that has finally happened. We finally have a snake free in our home. But listen, let's get down to the root of the problem. It's not the snake, it's how the snake got there. We should find the root cause. You should always explore the root cause to eliminate problems like this in the future. And the root cause is that someone continually leaves the door open. And I don't understand why. The weather's nice and it's nice and cool and we're enjoying these days. The sun's out. And so you think that's a great day to leave the door wide open. Well, is it? Because now we've seen a snake crawl from Jamie's botanical garden across the short stretch there of the porch and go right into the house. And
I leave it open for 5 minutes while I'm hauling stuff in and out. And now all of a sudden I'm the door lever opener.
I'm not trying to call you out on anything. I'm just saying we need to make sure our door is closed.
Well, good thing, because I would have to call you out on some things.
Or we need a good screen door. So one door can be open and the other one will still be screened. But our problem with the screen door is that our dogs would go right through it. There ain't no way you're going to keep Chrissy out of a screen door. If she wants in, she's going to go in right through the screen. Screen doors are made for people who have sweet little animals. Our cats would climb on the screen. Our dogs would scratch on it, and it wouldn't last us a week, I don't think. Yeah. We had a snake in our bedroom. My runt min pin took care of it. What's that?
A dog.
A dog? A runt min pin.
A mini pincher.
I don't know.
You don't know what that is? It was like a mini Heidi.
Oh, okay.
Right? I think so. I think that's what they look like. Is like a
mini Ann, Heidi. Can you bring your mini
Rin
pin over here? Min pin, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Your mini pincher over here. We thought our cats would take care of it, but our barn cats are terrified of the house now. Who would have known? You think that the barn cats would enjoy the opportunity to spend some time inside the house? We set them in the house and they each what? They panicked. They begin to jump on things and scream and
Way
holler
too
and
much confinement for them. It was
climbing to
not
the
good.
windows, and they're all at the windows like scratching, trying to get out through the glass. And so then she says, catch them. They wouldn't let me catch them because I already called them once to bring them in. So we've had a really rough go these last couple of days. We're not complaining. It's our own fault. We live and
Somebody
we
says,
learn.
how are we going to know if it got out?
Well, I don't know if we'll ever know.
It could be out.
Jamie has a really great nose. And so I hope that if it ends up dying in the house, she'll be able to smell it and we can pinpoint it and find it.
I would have hoped that the dogs would have found it because they find snakes out here in the botanical garden, in the landscaping.
Our dogs find everything.
And they go nuts over it and will point it out to us, and then Lester has to kill it. Now, that was last year.
Don't say the word
Don't
K-I. Just
Oh.
could we say, send that snake to the sweet by and by.
Oh.
And then I'll be able to sing it along with a lot of other people who love when Lester sings gospel hymns. In the sweet by and by. Come on, join me. We will meet on that beautiful shore. Anyway, unlive it, somebody said. That's not too bad of a word, but the sweet by and by. I like
so
that.
I have pulled out the fridge. It's not there. We flipped over couches. It's not there.
You say you pulled out the fridge, but I tried to remind Jamie that I've not looked under the fridge.
Nope.
But I think that when you go under, you can go up a little ways. So it could
Which
go.
is why I haven't opened the fridge.
No, he can't go inside the fridge, but he can go up and under. There's some kind of a tank in there. And he could be quartered on that tank that's nice and warm. I don't know where the snake's at. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure it's not a poisonous snake unless it's some kind of like some snake from some other where. It's a garden snake, I'm pretty sure. Green with a black stripe.
So I know
I saw it from here to the door. That's how far away it was. It wasn't too long. It's not big enough to swallow us. But it's a snake, y'all. And no matter what kind of snake, it's still scary to know there's a snake climbing around somewhere in your home.
So I know that the snake repellent stuff that you buy has cinnamon in it. Did you know that?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that
I've heard of
stuff you sprinkle
mothballs.
around.
I know you can put mothballs to repel snakes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, mothballs.
So I knew that the cinnamon thing was, so I sprinkled cinnamon in places.
Oh.
Today. And then I also set out little bowls of those things by the doorway of the bedroom of that, because I had some snake repellent still from the sanctuary. I don't know if it's any good, but I'm trying to ward off all evil things out of our bedroom just in case.
Well, I would love to hear about if anyone has a serious suggestion, not like serious suggestions.
Oh my gosh, you know who can smell snakes? Do you remember who has a snake nose?
Brooke.
Yeah.
At Cog Hill.
We're just gonna have to invite him over.
But Brooke can only smell those kind of snakes.
But look, then he can come stay in their old RV.
They have their old RVs right here.
Yeah.
Brooke's old RV.
This feels like an excellent plan.
So we're going to need you guys to get on the bandwagon and help us convince Brooke to come down and smell out our snake. But I do believe that Brooke can smell certain kinds of snake. There are milk snakes and
Wait, she can smell certain. She can define.
Well, she can't like smell. Say, oh, there's a garden snake. Oh, there's a chicken snake. Chicken snakes do have a horrible smell. Really? Chicken snakes smell horrible. And everyone who's been around chicken snakes know that they have a really unique it's like they're dead already, yet they're alive. They have a really bad, it's a funky smell. You ever gone inside like a locker room after kids have had a sports game, and all their socks are piled up, and never smelled something like that?
Hold on. I had a boy who played sports and left his sports bag in the hot car in the summer. Baseball. Blah, blah.
Yeah, no, that could be the same thing, but there's like a musky smell of that these chicken snakes can excrete. And so Brooke says she has the power to smell them. And so I don't know if she can smell a garden snake. I don't even know if I don't know, y'all. I don't know what to do.
Well, here's
But
what I
listen,
do know. We ain't sleeping here.
no, I don't know how long that snake can go without starving to death. But we need to probably. I don't know what to do. I honestly, I don't know what to do. But I don't want to be mad about it because there's nothing to be mad about. It's not anyone's fault. No one planned it to happen that way. It's just happened. But let's move on. Let's get away from the snake topic because now we're all going to have the heebie-jeebies, and we don't mean to scare you all. But what I will say is, don't leave your doors open, especially if you have a botanical garden where you water daily, where you know you have green frogs come up, tree frogs come up because they love that life. And then you have a door, an open door, say, hey, come on in, hang out with us until you're hungry again. And that's kind of what we've done. So we're not, we've looked for the snake. We've looked extensively for the snake, sofas, cushions, all of the bed mattress, all of those kind of things, pillows, obviously. We've washed a lot of things. But listen, y'all, it doesn't matter how small your home is. Our apartment is tiny. It's a 1 bedroom, a small office, kitchen, and living room, and a washer, a second bathroom, a mudroom, you call it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't have a lot of space. There's not lots of hiding places, but I don't know how big of a space it would take for this little guy or girl to hide. So, oh, Marcia, your cats will catch them, please. You don't even know. I brought in 4 cats yesterday, along with our 3 regular cats, and they wanted nothing to do with anything. They wanted out of that house so bad. They terrified each other. We had a cat fight. We had our cats on one side, the outside cats on the other side. They're all hissing and walking with their backs are all up in the air. Our dogs came in to kind of referee everything. Listen, it's not been pretty. It's not been pretty around here. But we have to move off the snake topic. We've been talking snakes for 21 minutes, Jamie. And there's other things to talk about, like baby goats. What is that?
The dogs are just playing right now.
Now we're spooked about everything. Doesn't matter.
I'm just paying attention. Sorry.
You hear a noise, you hear anything out of the ordinary, and all of a sudden you're all like on high alert. But we did have baby goats born, and we're both so embarrassed because we did not even know the mom was pregnant. Now, in our defense, Lester always has an excuse. Everyone knows that. I always have an excuse, as do most men. We always have an excuse. We can never take blame for anything. It's someone else's fault. But in this situation, my excuse in this one over here is, yeah, the goat's been here for an entire month. Okay, that's great. But the goat's not friendly, and the goat's not one of our original goats. This is the goat that came from my dad, from Paw Paw. And the goat went to live with Ellie for a couple of months, where the goat bore Walter Melon. Right, that's the goat's baby, Walter Melon. And cute goat, cute Walter Melon's adorable. Ellie had Walter Melon fixed and all of that, so everything's good there. But whenever they lost all of their grass, and then they had the horrible issue with the coccidia, the parasite there in the soil, Ellie sent a lot of his goats over here to rest, recruit, gain some weight from our blessings here on the hill and along the river. Carrie was one of those goats. We didn't spend much time with them because, like I said, they're not gentle goats the way ours are. You know, our goats, you walk out and they all come up, they all take their turns getting some loving. But these goats are not like that. They're just kind of like goats.
She wasn't gigantic. Like I went back to some of my videos because we dewormed the goats a few weeks ago. And I actually held her between my legs while I dewormed her, and she
didn't notice anything.
No. So like she hit it, but she's a bigger goat. So I'm used to being able to see on our minis, you can tell when they're pregnant. Like you can tell when they're gigantic. These goats just looked a little heavier. Like,
yeah, I thought they were bigger breed of goat.
Yes. And
so how shocked was I that yesterday afternoon I'm leaving out, making a video of the beautiful pastures and stuff. And I happened to see this brown goat off by herself with these 3 babies. And I'm like, whose goat is that? Because I thought one of the neighbor's goats have walked over to have her babies here. I'm like, how am I going to explain this? And I start looking, I'm like, whose goat is that? Because those babies look so much like, what's that little buck's
Sis,
name over there?
Gus Gus.
Gus Gus. I'm like, whose goats is that? So I get out of the truck where I can see better. I'm looking around and I'm like, wait, that's that brown goat from Ellie's house. I saw her collar. And sure enough, when we walked over, it was Carrie, and she had 3 babies. And I felt like the worst goat owner, the worst farmer of all time, because I had no idea she was even pregnant. I had been, we did no bag reports. We did none of the fun stuff that we always do. None of
And
that
here's
stuff.
another weird thing. So people are like, you didn't notice her bag? Like, let me tell you a
No.
secret about the bags, okay? So even
Oh,
goats,
hold on. This is a secret about the bags.
yeah,
Let's hear it.
even goats that are not pregnant, if they have ever been pregnant before, will in our herd develop a bag even when they aren't pregnant if someone else is pregnant. So like
Yeah.
their cycles sync up and all of a sudden they have milk and they're not pregnant. And the Golden Girls have tricked us several times with that.
Several times.
And so I guess I've become a little desensitized to seeing milk in a bag because of that.
Mm.
But I'm telling you, I held her. This sounds terrible. I held her between my legs like 2 weeks ago when we dewormed, when
Yeah.
the coccidia thing was going on.
Yeah.
We did deworming and a pre-treatment here and a
lice.
lice
We
treatment
sprayed
here.
for lice. We did all that to all of the
Yes.
babies and had no idea.
But what I'm saying is like you couldn't tell. And even now today, I can't tell that she, like, I don't know where they came from inside of her. Does that make any sense to you?
Hold on. Well, everyone's saying she was so friendly at Pawpaw's. Well, I don't know what happened between Pawpaw's and here, but she's not so friendly here. Maybe the transport in the trailer. Maybe.
I think since she had Walter Mellon. So I remember when Walter Mellon, because you remember she had 2, Walter Mellon and another baby that didn't make it. And I remember that after that moment, she became very standoffish. She would let us touch Walter Mellon, which made him very friendly.
Walter Mellon,
but she very much became somewhat like Shirley, I would even say, a little bit guarded, a little bit reclusive. And it, her changing herds probably had something to do with that.
Yeah.
And then giving birth in a what wasn't her home, it wasn't her home. It was her new home, but it wasn't her home. Like I just tried to think through all of Honeydew was Carrie's baby who didn't make it. There you go. There were things in her dynamics that just changed her as a goat. She is less skittish than the bearded lady.
Yeah. Yeah. The bearded lady she won't come anywhere near us. Now, like I said, I don't keep up. We don't generally visit other people's properties and get to know all of their animals. We have our hands full with our own. And that goes for all of us. My dad didn't know our animals. We don't know his. We know of, the same as we know of Daniel's animals. We know of Jake's and Bree's and Kim's. We know of all of them. We can identify whose goats are who when they get out, because they get out all the time. But we don't just know the ins and outs. But I will say this, we've done nothing to make the goats skittish besides the transporting.
Papa said she was timid and was picked on by other goats, but she didn't want to go to Ellie's.
So Papa said, my dad said she was timid and did not like to be around the other goats. So
that's very much who she is.
That's how she is here too. Yeah. She's timid and doesn't want to be around the other goats. Yeah. Perfect. So she's not changed at all. So a lot of folks are saying that she was so sweet with Papa. Well, maybe she was sweetish. She's sweetish here. She's not like wild. We don't walk out and she hauls, but
she just doesn't come up to you like Tilly does, or that type of thing. So we have some very, very friendly goats, and I would put her like if 10 was very friendly, I would put her more down the 3-4 range. Is what I would say.
If 10 was a Tilly,
yeah.
Or Ringo who wants attention, who comes to you and wants to rub up against your leg like a cat or a dog might. I would say she's a 3. She'll let you walk up. Now, if you're feeding the goats, then they're all going to come right around your legs. Yes. So but she's not
just a random.
So maybe saying wild, she's a wild goat. That's maybe not the best word choice, but she's not like one of our goats.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. So she has 3 babies, and 3 has been kind of a lucky and a weird thing this year for us. Lots of male goats, and then lots of babies born in 3s, triplets. And then, of course, every one of them have that same darn face that Gus has. I
The
wonder.
genes are profound.
I wonder how many moms have sons and daughters who look like your husband or your partner, and you're like, oh no, 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 that was not my hope. That was not my goal. Sometimes certain people have such strong genes. Um, my genes were a lot stronger. They show a lot more with LE than they do with Lex.
See, I don't think so.
Lex? I think that LE and Lex do not look alike. They act alike, they laugh alike, they talk alike, they think alike, but I don't think they look alike.
So I watched y'all lined up. In fact, I have a video of it from the rodeo this week while y'all three were lined up like this. And profile wise,
Oh,
y'all have the exact same. Like, it was freaky to me how I was like, it was clone and clone. Now, of course, Lex has different skin tone. His comes from his mama. He's much more olive and darker in that name, and darker hair, darker complexion, but the same ears, the same nose, the same lips, the same profile, the same feet and fingers and mannerisms. And then I also remember when Lex was little bitty and he would sleep in bed with us, and I would roll over and you both are waking up and you both do this eye rub thing with the same exact freakish motion of all.
Yep.
So like,
Yep.
I probably see it more than you because Ellie does look like a mirrored image of you. But
I look
Lex
at the skin complexion. Lex is darker.
Yeah.
Ellie's lighter, but then again, Lex's mom is quite a bit darker than Lex's mom. Ellie's mom is quite a bit lighter.
Right.
So I think that that's kind of where that comes from. We have a lady. I've only seen it from one person who said it repeatedly that we are frozen. So I don't know that for a fact, but I just need to let you know that if you find that your internet is frozen, I don't think it's on our end. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but sometimes you can restart your computer or your device.
You can just go back out of the live and then come back in, and sometimes that helps too.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying now it's not frozen here. Nope, not frozen here. So sometimes it's not our device; it might be yours. So before you get on that, you might want to just check your devices first and check what's going on inside your house. If maybe your kids are downloading or you got other stuff running, that might be an issue.
It's raining.
It is raining.
That's like awesome news.
Yeah, my video today, we praised the Lord for the rain. We got less than an inch overnight, but I'll tell you what, that less than an inch still was about almost an inch of rain that did us so good, y'all. We needed it so bad.
And today I did things in hopes that my weather app was right, because it's never right. But I did things around here. I was like, I'm going to take a gamble. And I'm sitting here right now and I'm ecstatic that it's raining because
you're not going to talk about what you did.
Oh,
I saw you work your tail off. So I hope if you didn't video,
it,
you should at least talk about it.
Oh,
that was so much work.
It was a lot of work, but I did not video it.
Oh,
sorry.
I don't let a moment go by. If I see something I can video, I video.
I actually took the day off from videoing. I didn't video a dang thing today. I roughed up every bare spot in this yard
with the rake manually,
and then planted grass seed, covered it with straw like a good Midwesterner does, and then I watered the straw enough to be able to make it bed down. You know, birds and things and wind. I didn't want to take a chance of spreading this grass seed without it happening.
Yeah.
And then I fertilized the whole yard as I walked around and did it. And then I did turf builder on the hill over here, and I got another 125 pounds of grass seed out in the pasture today too.
She's amazing, and what's worse is I didn't help her at all.
You're injured. Step one.
I am injured, but I'm very behind on my videos, and then when I get behind on videos, you guys don't know this about me, but I go into kind of a panic mode. I've never been one to procrastinate. And sometimes life happens with your kids and with your health and other things, and you find yourself getting behind a day or two. And I'm on this roll where I've not missed a video in so many years. I've not skipped a day in so many years. And I don't want to break that. I don't want to, and it's not for me. I don't want to let anybody down. I do not want anyone to wake up. Let's go see what Lester's up to, honey. Here's our coffee. When they sit down and there's no video from Lester, and that would just crush me. So I don't want to ever be that. So
but I always tell him, like, sometimes a break for you means that your product will be better because you're able to give yourself some mental break. But he has a fear of letting people down.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. That's actually a quality. You ever remember that when you used to go to a job interview, and your employer or potential employer, your interviewer would ask you, tell me one thing that you would like to change about yourself, one negative or whatever. So there's a secret to that. You never want to say, oh, well, I'm lazy. I have a hard time getting up in the mornings and I drink a lot. You always make your negative really be a positive. So my negative is, I can't skip a day. I don't want to let anybody down. I have to keep working. I just can't let anybody down. So even though that really is a negative on my end, to an employer or to you all who are my employers, you're like, okay, we'll hire this guy. We like this guy. We can count on him. He's going to come to work, rain or shine, sick or not. He's going to be here. And so Lester has been here every day for so long. Jamie, how many days has it been?
A lot.
At least 5 years.
5 years of it every day.
At least 5 years. Golly, gee.
But I keep telling him, like, take a break. Tell people, like, hey.
Can't. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. If I miss a day, then I'm dead, y'all. I'm dead or incapacitated, or she's knocked me out, poisoned me. One of those things. Or the internet's down. Now, I can't control Facebook. They've lost internet once already. We also lost AT&T once already. I cannot control those folks, but I will make sure that I have a video there. If I can help it, it'll be there.
Yeah.
I will not take a vacation. Not now. I do feel like, and I say this all the time, I do feel like our window here is very short. And I'm going to soak it up, man. I'm going to soak it up while I can, because there will come a day. I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, next year, who knows when. And we will be a thing of the past. You do know that. You do know we will be a thing of the past.
Though, like
the Backstreet Boys, who would have ever known in their heyday that the Backstreet Boys in this day and age are like the Who, and they may get invited to a random show or a random performance. And they might have some people our age going, yeah, but anyone of the generation has no idea who the heck these guys are. So don't tell me that big, not big, but popular or favorite type things cannot eventually fade away.
Sure they can.
They can fade away, y'all. Probably by making too many shows, too many performances.
Nah, I think that it fulfills you as much to make a video, and more so than not. So for everybody who's saying, just take a break, it'll be okay. Like, in reality, I know that that's what keeps him going as well, and that he enjoys what he does. And even though the pressure will drive him crazy, that he does enjoy it. And as far as help today, I didn't actually want your help. That was really good exercise for me. And
yeah, I did offer.
Yeah.
I did offer.
No, I got it. So it was good.
Someone says, I'm stuck with you. And I love that. Who said that? You're stuck with me. Julie Lynn Robinson says, Lester, you're stuck with me. Thank you, Julie Lynn. And I'm happy to be stuck with you. And you're stuck with me too. So don't leave me. I will not leave you. I have never, try to say that, is that getting too personal again? Is that more TMI? Is that too much TMI? I've always told Jamie that I've never left a relationship. Never. I've never been the one to walk out on a relationship, that be it a serious one or be it just a 3-month one. I've never been the one to walk out. I've always learned to work. And how embarrassing for me to admit here at my age that I've been walked out on many times. So I tell Jamie not to worry. I'm never going to leave you, but at some point you will leave me. I already know what's going to happen. I already know it's just going to happen. That's just my life. I'll never leave you, but
and
you
every
will
time
leave
he
me.
says it, I'm like, Shut up. Like, where am I going? I don't have anywhere to go. I don't want to go anywhere else. But
I'll never leave you, Jamie. I'll never leave you guys.
never
I'll
leave
be
you
here,
either.
but you will leave me.
God.
And I've learned to deal with it. I'm just gonna learn to deal with it, y'all.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. I took Lex back to his mama after a long spring break. He divided his week between my mom and dad and us over here. And it was wonderful. I love sharing him with mom and dad. I talked about it a little bit today. I went live with LE over at the sanctuary. And I talked a little bit about Lex and the fact that I'm enjoying seeing him spend time with mom and dad. My mom and dad are not getting any younger, friends. They're not. And so as much as we love my mom and my dad, I know I can just see it that the days are numbered, as they are for all of
I was gonna
us.
say that's really for everyone.
It's for everyone. And, you know, we could be gone in an accident, a lightning strike right now. I mean, you never know. But I want Lex to really absorb as much of Gigi and Pawpaw as he can, because I lost a set of grandparents at a pretty young age. And, you know, so I'm really blessed that my parents also encouraged me to spend time with them as much as I could. Now, I did not spend much time with P-Pat and Pops. And so, but I spent a ton of time with my nanny and my pawpaw on my dad's side. And so I want Lex to really enjoy them. So no, but he spent, I would say 4 days here, 4 nights here, 4 nights, 5 days. We went on several little trips and fun outings and adventures. The rodeo was probably our most important one, our biggest event. We went to see the Houston Dynamo play 2 weeks ago. So we've had some really good moments with Lex. He's really enjoying life right now. But today was back to mom, and it was just so sad to see him go. But everyone had a wonderful time with Lex. Mom and dad take such good care of him. He's absolutely one of their favorites. And I wanted to read it. You let me read it.
Nigerian prince.
Oh, another Nigerian prince trying to hook up with some of you wonderful ladies. So Lex is back with his mama now. But that, you know what that means? This Thursday is hotel night.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yep. This Thursday will be our first hotel night in a while. But Lex is excited about it. I got to get everything geared. I'll have to get all my jobs done early.
Shoot, I'm gonna have to gear up because I haven't had like a real Thursday in a couple weeks.
And this Thursday is your trip to get the horse, right? So you're gonna have
God.
That means Jamie's gonna be pulling a truck and trailer
on a Thursday.
On a Thursday with 2 horses in the back. Holy moly! Are you able to do this?
I'm having chest pain now.
And you have all.
You know what else is happening in that though is that Bree's kids are coming with us.
Bree's kids are gonna go. Oh no! Lord.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
Well, y'all might want to take someone along with you for childcare.
Baby Jesus.
Who's gonna manage Bree's kids while y'all are driving? Each
They're
other?
Yeah, they'll be in the back seat. They have car seats. They're
Okay.
They're restrained. It might be loud, but
I don't know how much Bree's talked about that yet.
I don't know if she has, and I just feel like we would just let that out on accident.
You never told me.
I didn't know.
What I've done to prep for all of that is I've taken the trailer back over to the sanctuary. So what we'll do on Wednesday is go over and get the farm truck. We'll get it nice and cleaned up for you girls. We will get it fueled up as well. Make sure everything's working fine. And I'll get all the trailer hooked up. And so whatever time you get there to pick up Bree and them hoodlums with her, those little munchkins, you guys will have a nice, safe trip to pick up her horses. But I am so
all Bree
sorry.
said was soon. Dang it.
So we're going to have to ask y'all, all 10,000 of you all.
Don't tell Bree.
Can we trust you all?
Can we just say that it was
Say it was
soon?
Lester.
It was soon.
And Lester said soon. Lester just said soon, y'all. I'm so sorry. I hate when people give away my secrets. And then to know that I just gave away Brianne's because she wants to surprise everybody.
I know that was an accident. I feel really bad now.
Well, you should have told me not to say anything.
I didn't know that you were going to talk about it.
Hey, listen, don't you be the one, because what I'm going to do is this. If Bree comes to me and says, thank y'all for telling everybody, I'm going to say, could you tell me the names of who told you? just so I will know who I can and cannot trust with a secret. Don't betray me. Anywho, so Thursday's a big day. I will not be here. Jamie will be. A lot of driving, driving a trailer. I'm so proud of her for being able to drive a trailer. And
I can't back it up. We
and
can't
does it
get
well.
anywhere that needs to be backed up. For the record, that will be pull through events only.
I will say one thing. I think your Thursday alone will be the Bree's kids in the back of that truck will be enough to be a Thursday video in itself. You should put up a tripod
I actually
and
was going to
mount a
ask
camera
her
on
to-
those two kids.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to ask her, like, hey, can I just video what it's, because it's been a very long time since I hung out with two kids, 3 and under, for that amount of time in a vehicle.
Lord.
And I just feel like,
Brace yourself,
it's
Lori
going to
Ann
be
says.
something.
So just a quick, for those who don't know Brienne's kids, yesterday we're over at Mom and Dad's. I took a board game over. We're all playing, and Bree was down working on her horse stall. Laramie was inside watching the kids. Well, Carter wanted to go down and visit her mama. Not really. She wanted to sneak over to G's house. So Carter goes, "That's fine. Go to your mama's." He sends Bree a message, says Carter's coming down. She says, "Fine." Carter comes out of the house, walks far enough away where Laramie can't see her, and then she hightails it over to Gigi's house. Now, she runs in the house, and she asks her she's hungry. So she thought it was Sunday dinner. It was only Saturday.
Aw.
So G's like, "Sunday dinner's not till tomorrow, sweetie." And she starts crying. And Mom goes, "Don't worry, I'll fix you something." Well, she didn't like this. She didn't want that. She didn't want that. She wanted spaghetti. And so that was a Sunday dinner kind of a thing, not a cook it real fast. About that time, Bree finds out that Carter's not there. Bree comes over to get her. Carter runs and hides. When Bree finds her, she screams bloody murder. Bree's trying to carry her around to say her goodbyes to everybody. Carter's screaming, "Can Brinley go?" Brinley goes, "I don't want to go." Then Carter has another fit and just flails. She flails. You know that word flails? It's like the little, you know those little crash car dummies? But the whole time she's flailing, she's screaming at the top of her lungs. And she's sitting there doing all of that. And I'm like, "Carter, just come give me a kiss, bye. Just come love me. Just come love your Uncle Lester." "No!" She screamed right in my face, "No." And so I'm like, "Okay, out." And so Bree carried her out of the house, and she cried and she cried and she screamed and she cried.
Carter is a 3-nager right now. And I don't know if Bree has used that word yet, but she's a 3-nager, and she has sass and attitude and just enough knowledge, like sneaking around to go to G's, and like just enough.
Man.
And I feel for Bree. I really do, because that's a hard time. And then to have, sweet little Cash right behind there learning from his big sister.
Oh
I
my
can't even
gosh.
imagine.
No.
Like, I literally can't. But I'm here for it on Thursday. I can do it in a few hours. I may come home and have my own time out Thursday after,
Yeah.
but
I can't wait for your Friday video to see what happened on Thursday. So that'll be a lot of fun, man. That'll be a whole lot of fun.
it's gonna be something.
Over at the sanctuary today, Lex and LE have pretty much finished their gate project. And when I say, I make it into kind of a big deal, because it is a big deal, because you and I have never installed a double gate that comes together that has to match up perfect.
No, that's hard.
That's impossible, really, if you think about it. It's very hard to do.
You know what actually makes it the worst, though, is not the 2 posts. It's that the ground probably isn't level.
No.
So the mental things around it are probably just as hard.
Oh my God, it's crazy. And so LE has struggled and he has struggled. Yet, I said this today, he's never asked for my help. He will not ask for my help. And I don't want him to think that it shows weakness, because we ask for help. As a teacher, as what I do now with social media, I have asked for help, y'all. I ask for help all the time. And it doesn't make me lesser. It makes me want to do better. And so Ellie refuses to ask for help. And so I've pulled up over there so many days, and he'll be out there working and working and working. And then what he's built one day, he'll take down the next and redo it. So he wants to do it nice. He wants to do it great. And then yesterday to pull up and see he and Lex both out there working on it. Lex is holding it level. Ellie's trying to screw things in. And I just felt so in love with my boys, or just helping each other out a little bit. I come to find out Lex only did it for $20. Lex had to be paid to help. But hey, he's learning the value of $1, and that money takes hard work.
I paid Lex to do something the other night too.
I talked about that in my
You
live
did?
today. I did. It was, you want to tell about it?
No, go ahead.
Well, you can if you want to. It was too hard for us, our big old bodies, to get in and out of the seats we were at the rodeo. So Lex is a little tiny little guy. He can just, squeeze right through everybody. Because when we get up, people all got to back up. Some people got to stand up, and it just makes the entire.
Listen, I don't like to rub my booty in a bunch of strangers' faces in public places. And that's what it was like walking in front of someone. And because we were in folding chairs,
Yeah.
and like you had to like hold on to each one because people's feet, and it wasn't even like normal stadium seat situations. Like it was a tight space and a very awkward angle. So I was like, hey, Lex.
Would you go to the concession stand and get your dad a Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
And so Lex was like, And Jamie's like, I'll give you $20. Shoot. Okay, what do you want? And off he went, phone and all, and off he goes. I'm like, if you get lost, call me. But no, he went and made it right back in no time flat. So
Yeah,
we were really
did
proud
good.
of him. He's very mature.
Lex has always been very mature in that setting and being able to handle things, and takes a lot of pride in being able to do things on his own. Like last summer, there were like 4 days in a row where we didn't cook because let me rephrase that. We did cook. He didn't want to eat what we cooked. So he cooked his own food without even like know anything about it. Like he was like, I don't really feel like having what y'all are having. I'll make myself X. And we're both like,
You can do that?
okay.
No, he can. He can make macaroni and cheese. He can warm up anything in a microwave.
He can make ramen.
He makes his own breakfast as far as his waffles go. He loves waffles, and he can do it all. And I love the fact that he's going to be very independent, and he's a great thinker. Listen to this though. So this is funny and it's not funny. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, this is funny and not funny. And if you don't want to watch, this is the time to leave. But I'm real curious about this. So I was meeting Lex's mom today, and we're in Houston, and we saw a shuttle van pull up, and it dropped off a lot of what we suspect are undocumented. I don't want to say illegal because that's just a word that people are all like, ah! But we saw a van load of men get out of that van, and off they go in different directions. And we're right there with them. And I'm like, Lex, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think really long and hard about how you feel about this. And so he already knows, guys, it doesn't matter how old your kids are. If they're in school and they talk to other kids, I can promise you there's a lot of parents at home that are having some very oral discussions in their families about, I'm just going to call it politics, which sucks because kids are too young to worry about that kind of stuff. But Lex knew all about it. He knew what it was. He knew what was happening. And I'm like, son, without getting technical, let me just ask you, how does it make you feel? And he's like, well, I don't want to say that they don't belong here because I think that, and he was just so mature. He goes, but it does make me feel kind of dangerous and so he just laid everything out in the most beautiful of terms. And I'm like, that is a really well spoken. Now, it might be a little bit political correct. He was trying not to tiptoe and say the wrong thing. But how powerful for even a little guy that age to recognize things going on around him and have an opinion on things, because most 12-year-olds, guys, they're oblivious. They are oblivious to anything going on in the world around them. They have no idea. And my son did. And it was a neat moment to have a really different kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Where I enjoyed seeing him give me his thoughts, his opinions and stuff, instead of the typical parent telling my kid how to believe and telling my kid what to say and telling my kid what I don't want to put all of my biases onto him. Let him create his own way of seeing things. And it was a powerful and it was a sad moment to see people getting out of that van with whatever they could carry with them. Some were in plastic bags, some were in trash bags, some were in suitcases that had little rollers, so they obviously had a little bit easier time. But there were a lot of folks, and when they got off, they got in clusters. Some clusters went this way, some went this way. And then I thought to myself, Lex, what will they do now? If you were dropped off somewhere, where would you go? And that was the one that baffled the both of us, because I wouldn't know where to go. Would you?
No.
I wouldn't know where to go. And they just dropped off and says, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
And that was all. But I've done that with LE a lot too. I've always asked LE hard questions to try to think himself through, knowing that there may come a time in his life at a job interview or even on social media where he has to really think about what he's saying, because we all know I don't do that very well. And so
that's not true.
I know I don't. I sometimes will come back later and think about what I said and apologize. But I don't always think before I speak. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't think before they speak. But no, I've always asked Ellie hard questions to try to think of a really well explained answer that's not overly biased, but shows sensitivity and stuff. So anywho, migrants, that's the right word. Migrants. We'll just say migrants. Thank you very much. So
Jennifer says my filter's very thin. I have days where my
does.
filter is buried somewhere, like it's outside and I'm not. And
well, I got a cursing from you. We were playing a board game. Board game. And I got cursing.
It wasn't a real cursing. Come on now. It wasn't a real cursing. I don't get that competitive, but sometimes he plays dirty. And I'm like, oh. Like first it feels like we're teaming up together to take on something. And then all of a sudden he'll like come in the back door and be like taking it all out. Yeah. So I had a few choice words during that game.
We play board games quite a bit. We play card games quite a bit, especially when we go over to the J&L. We don't have the right internet there to do Wi-Fi stuff. We only have our phones. So we take board games with us and we play.
Speaking of which, is that in the car now?
No, I forgot. I left it at Gigi's house. So we can't play tonight, is what you're saying? Darn. Clue is our game that we love to play the most. You all remember the game of Clue, where somebody murdered somebody. You don't know which room or what weapon. So your mission in Clue is to try to figure out who committed the murder, which room they did it in, and what weapon they used. But Jamie is so smart as a human that she's learned how to trick me into guessing the wrong answers. And so you don't know how many times I thought that I had it all figured out. I go ahead and put it all on the line, say, I know it, I got it. And I'll lay out who I think did it, what room they did it in, and what weapon they used, only to find out that I am completely wrong. And I'm like, wait, how? And then at some point she'll explain what she did and how she managed to do that. And oh my gosh.
I love Clue and I love Risk.
I can't beat her at either one of those.
I love any game, to be honest with you. But last summer when Jalen was here, if you remember, we bought a game that was like it was a mystery, like a murder mystery.
Oh, it was so hard.
And it was awesome because it basically was like a police file, has how it came. And there were secret envelopes that you couldn't open until you got to certain spots. I fell in love with that, but I couldn't put it down. It was so late and everyone was so tired and over it. And I was like, no quitting whatsoever. And now once you solve that, it's done. So you have to go buy another one. And I haven't been back, but I got it at Barnes and Noble. So next time.
I don't think you should buy that for me. I did not enjoy that. It was way too hard.
Oh, I loved it.
Way too much reading.
Oh, I loved it.
You
a
had to
lot.
have like a complete police file, and it was just like twists and turns. What you needed to play that game was sincerely a big old board
Mhm.
where you could connect yarn to all the different things that connected each other.
Yeah.
That you couldn't, and I can't do that in my head. There's no way. If you don't mind me jumping off the subject,
Yeah.
Diane says, "Can I ask what is happening with the alligator at the JL property?" Okay, so we are trying in Jamie and Lester fashion. We're going to try, and I say this again, we're going to try to capture and rehome that alligator. Um, how we're going to do that, you'll have to wait for the video. Will it work? We don't know, but we're going to try. We're going to try our best. I can lasso really well, and I've seen a number of videos of different guys and how they can catch them.
I'm gonna fish.
Jamie's going to fish it out. Well, we're going to try, y'all. Give us a chance to try first. And unless it starts causing problems and putting our babies at risk, we're going to try to do it the Lester and Jamie way first. Now, if at some point we can't, we are well within our rights, y'all, to take care of a threat to our animals, to our children, to our livelihood. And but we're going to try first. Someone says lasso. Yes, that means what I do with my rope. I can lasso. Like, you have no idea what I can lasso. She has no idea I can lasso. Jamie, tell them who. Oh my gosh.
It
Tell
turns
him,
out that Lester can lasso. He has lassoed me. He has lassoed Gracie. Who else did you? Was it? No, it wasn't Jolene.
I've lassoed a number, Jamie. I've lassoed a number. You name it. I can't think of who I haven't lassoed. But I know it's
Trust me, there's videos, plenty of videos of Lester and his lasso.
Yeah.
How did you learn how to lasso anyway?
Uncle Dan taught me.
Oh.
Uncle Dan taught me.
I would love to see a. Oh my God. The next Morrow Man contest. Oh my God. Can we create a Morrow Man contest? You know how they have like.
So here's the only downfall to that. If you got to be very careful what you lasso, because don't forget what Facebook did to a very sweet
Yeah, you
family.
don't want to lasso. It can be a barrel. I don't care.
Let's tell that story, that sweet family who got in trouble with Facebook and lost their page. There's a family who had a lasso. They also have 5, I believe it was 5 stepkids, right?
They were kids. They were kids.
They were kids.
Yeah.
Fine, they were kids. And they were playing, and I think it was a dad who was out in the yard lassoing his kids. The kids were running. He was lassoing the kids. Rough play, yes. But we're all about rough play. He wasn't choking them. He wasn't like hog tying them. He was lassoing, not pulling it, no, just a rope and a lasso. A rope and a lasso, either roping around the neck or roping around the chest, roping around the feet. It was fun. It was funny. Facebook didn't see it that way. They thought that was abusive. That was a horrible, horrible thing for a parent to do. And so that poor family lost their channel because of that.
Yeah.
And so I tell you what, I will, if I ever lasso you or Lex or Ellie,
It
or
won't be on video.
it will not be on a video.
No, but I was saying we could have a Morrow Man, like a Morrow Man competition. So you know how they have like strongman competitions? You know
Yeah.
about that? So we can create like
American Ninja Warrior, except that's Morrow Hill
style.
Cowboy Roundup. And we lasso.
And then you have to like stack hay bales.
Oh,
and
I
then
can
you
do
have
that.
to do like oh my God, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be like this spring event.
It's
I
like the
feel it.
Morrow Rodeo. We should do it pretty soon. Right now is
Yes.
rodeo season. Morrow
That's what I'm
Rodeo.
saying.
Let's do it.
So we should have like, oh my God, cowboy competition. Yes, the Morrow cowboy competition.
Listen, we all
This
have
is gonna be so good.
we all have e-bikes. We could actually be on our e-bike and trying to lasso at the same time. Not each other. We will lasso stationary objects.
Right.
We'll be the ones moving and trying to lasso at the same time.
Oh my God, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good.
Do it, Jamie. Do it, Jamie.
I am going to coordinate the
Morrow Rodeo.
the Morrow cowboy
Oh,
competition.
Lord.
This is gonna
And
be
then
so good.
for barrel racing, we use our e-bikes to do.
That's fine. That's fine.
We'll be using our e-bikes. We can't knock the barrels over. It'll be a timed event.
Yeah.
So that's 2 events right there: lassoing and barrel racing.
I really do mean hay stacking.
Hay stacking will be, how will you hay? How high do you got to go?
Well, but it's square bales, not round.
Yeah, I know. How high do you got to go?
Whoever can go the highest.
Oh my God, that's going to be a lot of work.
It's gonna be good.
I have one bad shoulder, Jamie.
You aren't gonna win that competition then.
I'm going to be out on that one. And then if we could take it a step further and go to like the old West style rodeo with BB guns, putting apples on top of people's. No, we're not going to do that.
No, sir.
Okay, I know. I'm
No,
kidding.
sir.
Pie
Oh.
eating contest. Oh Lord, who? No,
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
we'll give Jamie time to plan that one out.
Let me think this through here, because I originally was gonna say the Morrow Man competition, but now I know that
Apple bobbing will be fun.
That's not cowboy.
That's not cowboy enough.
Let me think this through. Okay. Let me think this through and see how we can do this.
A biscuit eating contest then, because that's Dan can cook all the biscuits and we all got to eat them. Oh, but campfire cooking on your cast iron, campfire cooking. And they have the chili cook-off. They do have a chili cook-off every year to kick off the rodeo. So we will kick off ours with a we'll all have our campfires around each other, not at night. It'll be daytime so we can video. All have our campfires. We all have to cook something. And then whoever's not in the contest will be the judges. They will walk by and they will do
how about we do a fire building contest?
A fire building contest.
Instead of cooking, because cooking is that's like a whole day event. You could do that too. But I think a fire building contest would be pretty good. Everybody starts with the same materials.
Yes.
Now I don't know if it should just be the men. I don't know. I got to think this through.
Well,
or you think it'd be like team, like couples?
So at any rodeo, they have some events for women, some events for men. So if you guys want to do one, y'all have to do the barrel racing using the e-bikes.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to talk to the girls and see how they feel about this. Do they want a women's side? Do they, I gotta think this through. But I do think
a couple's two-step. We will win that sucker.
We would actually win.
We can win the two-step. A two-step.
The only other
dance.
person that I know that would be close to that is probably Dan and Lou. Dan
and Lou will win, y'all.
I've never seen Laramie two-step. Bree can dance.
Laramie and be a two-step. Jake can't two-step. And then get this, a harmonica playing contest. Harmonicas are all about the Old West, the harmonica.
The only hard part about doing couples is that Kim doesn't have a partner.
Kim got Levi. That's all she needs. She ain't going to win anyway.
That's sad.
Kim can't two-step.
Kim can two-step.
She can, but
I've seen Kim two-step in her living room.
Tina and Rob can two-step. That will be a very stiff competition. Now, here's the thing. Can it all happen in one day, or will it have to take?
It's going to have to be one day.
So we'll have to plan like a Saturday or a Sunday and just have a Morrow rodeo. We have to do it before it gets too hot.
Yeah.
This is going to be great, y'all. This is going to be so great.
I'm also thinking, like, we have 3 tractors of the exact same size, right? You, Jake, and Papa. Papa does have AC. But what could we do with the tractors that is like
all I can think of,
similar to the wagon train?
No, it would be taking 3 rolls of hay and stacking a pyramid, But
nobody got any hay left.
Yeah, we're out of hay. We have no hay until we
only
get
have square bales.
I don't know what you do with the tractor. Don't say tractor pull where 2 guys get a change.
No, we're gonna do that. No,
we're not doing tractor
We're
pulls.
not doing that. Let me think about
But hold
this.
on a minute. Hold on. Remember they had those wagon train races at the rodeo?
Yeah, but we ain't racing.
We could race our tractors into
tractor racing.
not tractor
nothing dangerous. Nothing that can break.
All right. We don't want to hurt anybody.
Let me think about this. And I would say this is going to happen in April. March is almost over and we have Easter coming up. So that's too soon for me to get everything coordinated and thought out. But April, the weather is still beautiful. And that gives us time to plan all this. So
I'm excited about that. This is something I can actually win, Jamie. I feel good about this one. But I can lasso. I think the whole thing got started on Lester and his lassoing skills.
Well, that went on a pretty long tangent. We're actually over an hour already.
What in the world? Time went by really
about?
Fast. I don't know. What have we not talked about that we need to? The goats. We talked about the goats. right?
Yeah.
We talked about the goats, that we have 3 new baby goats.
There's big horse projects happening. I have a follow-up procedure this week. So
What day is that?
Wednesday. A little prayer for me on that. A little prayer for me on Thursday. Right after that. That probably was poor planning on my part. But
Someone says, Mustard, how can you lasso with a bad shoulder? I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I don't think the motions of that, as long as my
it's all on
shoulders,
the wrist.
yeah, as long as I keep my shoulders down here and below, I'm fine.
I did big projects yesterday and took a trip that I videoed. Of course, I have some up close and personal baby goat stuff and some other things that Lester doesn't know about because I caught him doing something, and I share it on a video tomorrow. And then I do need your help with finishing one of the projects this week. So there'll be a together project that will come out at some point too, and just a lot happening around all the properties and animals, and hopefully we catch the dang snake. And you're going to work on ants, right?
Yes, I am still working on getting rid of our ant problems. I have a lot of other ideas. I highlighted and pinned a comment from Vanessa Marie. I'm going to tell you why, and I hope this is not offensive to anybody, either Vanessa or you. But on Friday, while I was doing my live, my Lunch with Longhorn Lester live, I had no idea because I was focused on everything here. And Carl out in the pasture was doing his mating call. You know the mating call. You've heard it. And I had no idea. However, sweet Vanessa here says, I hear Carl doing a mating call. And I said, I played dumb, like I didn't hear it. And other people are saying, yeah, I hear it too. I'm like, what? What are y'all talking? So what I was implying that only those that can hear it are being called to his mating routine. So today, I felt horrible about that. I don't know why, but I went back later. I'm like, man, that probably was not very right. That was probably wrong of me. Was that wrong of me or was that funny? I'm just asking.
It was Lester of you.
That was Lester of me. I just don't know if Vanessa is going to forgive me or not. She's still here. So Vanessa, I hope you know I was just playing with you. What is it over here? Kelly Harris says, say my name. Kelly Harris. I said your name. Okay, so Amy said it was funny. Okay, Amy, thank you. I thought it was kind of clever that Vanessa could hear that sound over the voice of me, and which means that Carl has a really powerful mating call, even though I couldn't hear a darn thing. Why are you smiling like that, Jamie?
So Lester of you.
Well, Vanessa, please reply and say, okay, where did it go, Jamie?
It's up.
Up?
Yeah.
Find it for me. I get hyper fixated on finding comments. Vanessa, thank you. I get your humor. Okay, Vanessa, good. Because I didn't know if I hurt your feelings or not, because I was just playing, y'all. I just play. I play. All right. I'll leave Vanessa alone now. Vanessa, thank you for being a good sport. Okay. What else you got before we wrap this thing up?
That's it,
We've had our hour and 12 minutes.
It's a busy time of year, but we're really blessed to be able to do this busy time of year. And we're just so grateful that you're here for it and support us and love us and put up with us.
Hold on. Someone just says, please, could we add the pig calling contest to the rodeo?
Oh
and
my God, yes.
That's a real thing. Zoo-wee! I don't know if that sounded like...
I have never heard you do that.
No, that's the first time I've ever made that sound. You've never heard that. She's never heard that. Babe, 11,000 people just heard me make the most god-awful noise. I hope your dogs are not barking and going crazy, but you do.
Where did that come from?
That's pig calling. You have your phone? If you go to Google and type
I
in,
ain't doing that right now.
I want to show them what I'm not just making this up, y'all. That's a real thing. I don't know how I know that.
Maybe we should have a goat calling contest instead.
Pig calling contest.
I have never heard you do that before.
I spelled it all wrong on my glass. Okay, these are pig callers. Don't be an ad. Just
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Modern
Hold
messaging
on,
methods
hold
like
on.
texting and email.
I would have here everybody one video that I am gonna do that nobody's gonna steal my idea. I'm gonna go around to every Morrow and have them do their cattle call on my video.
cattle calls are too easy.
No, they're not easy. They're hard.
That'll be an easy win for either me or my dad. We're
I'm
gonna
not
win
saying
that
no.
one.
That's not gonna be the contest. I'm gonna go make a video of all the Morrow Hill
Oh,
cattle
you want to
calls.
video it?
Yes.
Okay.
We can do the pig calling in the rodeo.
Here goes the worst one. Here's the worst
Oh
one.
god.
So pigs have different sounds they make in different moods. So the one that I called is similar to like, come on, littles. Soo-wee! Pigs love that. They love the sound. They all come running. They're so excited. But you can also have pigs come to you in a different way. If you go, that hurts. I'll never do that again. Where's my drink? Soo-wee! My mom is going to win that one. My mom is great at the pig calls. Y'all might listen to me. My mom is wonderful at pig calling. What's wrong with you? Let's hear you do it. Soo-wee. Do it.
No, I'm not doing it. Absolutely not.
I encourage you all to learn the way
Christmas is here.
Christmas came. She's like, is dad okay? I heard him cough. Sweetie, I was pig calling, not calling my Chrissy. Oh, and Stella, they're both here. They're both here in my lap. Come on up, girls. Come on, Stella. Come on up, sweetie. Her legs don't work. Can you help her with her legs?
No, baby.
Turn the camera down a little bit so everyone can see her little face. Loving daddy. Okay, Christmas, stop scratching me. All right. Now get down. All right. Move. Enough.
All right, that's enough.
Enough. Okay. So sorry if I woke up the babies, if y'all had families asleep, if your husband's trying to take a nap and all of a sudden now Lester ruined that for y'all. But
I have no words right now, but you can bet your behind that there will be a pig calling contest.
so
No.
we have no cows. That's not good.
That was cow.
That's cow.
Yeah, but the pig calling contest is on the docket.
Soo-wee! My neighbors are gonna hate me if it's not bad enough. Sadie,
They
out there-
already do hate you.
they already hate us. Y'all, our neighbors hate us. They don't tell us they hate us. They smile like. Seriously, when we drive by, when we leave out so here's what happened a couple of days ago. I will not name the neighbor, but I was coming down my driveway. I could see my neighbor coming down their driveway. I use the word there because not to identify man or woman. I was coming down my driveway and this individual was coming down their driveway. This individual saw me and stopped. I kept going. I get to the gate and I look over and I'm watching. And this individual is slowly backing up. And I'm like, God, I don't see you. And I know why they did that, because they hate me because of so many things. Oh yes, suck. Everyone is going to have so much fun with this pig calling.
This is
Jamie.
gonna be so good. I can't wait.
Yes.
I really am gonna go visit all the Morrows and have a cattle call done. So that's gonna happen this week as well.
You might as well do a cattle call and a pig call, and then don't you vote. Let everyone else vote. Make
Okay.
it fun. Make it
All
where
right.
everyone can vote. But guys, you really can't vote for who has the cutest eyes and who's, she's
Oh,
pregnant.
no, I'm gonna
and
do it blind and then
match the face to the voice. Oh, that'll be the best.
yeah.
That will be so fun to match. So you vote on who you think was the best at the different calls, and then Jamie will identify who the winner was. Yeah, because if they sit there and they watch someone do it,
Yeah, no.
we all love Pawpaw. We'll vote for Pawpaw. He needs a few votes. Oh, we all love you, Gigi. No, don't do it. Don't do that. Oh, and a donkey call.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna
Save
do
it. Save it.
Yeah, because I already feel like our neighbors behind us over here.
I
probably-
actually hear the dogs barking in the neighborhood now, and I'm like,
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. So we're gonna have some fun. High five on that one. That's a great idea. Who came up with that idea? That was me. I created that idea. The pig calling.
oh, the pig calling. Yeah, you can go with that, but not the rodeo. I get credit for the rodeo.
You can do the rodeo. We're gonna do it. Guys, we got to get off of here. Don't forget that we get in trouble when we go over an hour, and an hour 19 is probably gonna get us like
Pushing limits.
Y'all should know better than that. We're gonna get off. Chasing chickens would be great.
No.
People freaked out last time though we did that. When we had a chicken chasing thing, we had so much hate.
We had a chicken match game and people hated our guts.
We just matched up beautiful chicks and people hated us for that.
Yeah.
We got to be real careful with chicken people. They're almost as bad as horse people. Actually, chicken people might have been meaner than horse people. Horse people are pretty. They're like, but chicken people, they're like, boy, y'all are like right there with your love of your animals.
Y'all,
I think that chicken people outnumber horse people. I do. At least on our page, they do.
they do. They do.
We have a lot more chicken lovers than we do horse lovers.
Yeah.
At least it appears from the comments. Or horse people just, they don't even.
They gave up on us already.
If it's a horse, oh, Lord, I ain't watching this. Maybe so. Hey, we love y'all so very much. We're blessed to have you. We would not be anything where we're at now or where we've come from without all of the love and support from you all. And I want to say thank you. I'm going to continually remind you how blessed we are to have you. And thank you so much for putting up with us, just putting up with us when we don't deserve it. You put up with us anyway. So that means so much to us, y'all. Thank you. And
Y'all,
you?
thanks so much for loving us and giving us the greatest gift of all, which is your time. We love you, and we will catch you tomorrow morning.
Next video. Night, guys.
Good night, y'all.
You want to play that thing?